Hola Unconventionals, I'm Amelia.
And I'm JP.
And today we're going to share what life is like for a couple remote workers living in a small rural beach town in South America.
And while we do that, we're going to tell you all about the good, the bad,
and the ugly
of working from home.
It's another beautiful morning here in Ecuador, even though the skies are gray. I love it all the time. I love our beach walks, and we're going to take Daisy for a walk this morning before we get to work. If you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, please, because we show you what it's really like to live in Ecuador.
Daisy, do you see that dog? Look at the puppy.
Oh, so cute. Hola,
buenos dias.
Hola. You're such a cutie.
Oh, Daisy, you're making all kinds of friends today. I have been working from home for 15 years out of my 25-year career.
And I've been working remotely for about 10 years now.
And thanks to the pandemic, a lot more of you have joined our ranks of remote workers.
Yeah, there's a lot of great things about working remotely or working from home, but there's also some challenging things and some things that just kind of suck.
Yeah, and we're going to start by telling you the things we love about working remotely.
One of my favorite things about working remotely is no more commute. Instead, I get to walk on the beach.
Yeah, the commute is really stressful. I used to commute for an hour or more each direction when I've worked real jobs at offices. God, I'm so thankful to not have that anymore.
Yeah, me too. This is a typical outfit that I wear for work now. I don't have to worry about getting dressed for work unless I have a video conference, and I also don't have to worry about my hair and makeup unless we're doing a video. So I save a lot of money on clothes.
And makeup.
And makeup.
Woohoo! It's a win for JP. I've been a coder all of my career, a software developer, and we rarely dress up in that profession. Mostly it's just jeans and t-shirts. But the nice thing about working from home is I don't have to shave every day either. This looked a lot different a few months ago.
Yeah, it was all flooded.
Yeah, we had a massive flood back in February, and this all got washed out. In fact, you couldn't even walk to Korea.
I know, it's crazy. And now here we are. I don't miss the office politics at all.
Me either. I just like doing my job. And working from home, I can focus and do my job whenever I want to. I have a flexibility to work in the middle of the night or early in the morning or whenever.
No, you do not have the flexibility to work in the middle of the night. I'm saying no to that.
Oh.
What do you see, Daisy?
This is cool looking. This is really, really pretty over here.
It is beautiful over here. There were a couple of those egrets. Oh, there still are. I think that's an egret over there.
I'll try and get them on camera.
Okay. I'm much more focused working at home because I don't have all the office distractions. Plus, I have like a 45-minute attention span, and I like to get up and move around, and that may be frowned upon in some office environments.
45 minutes? 45 minutes? That's a good one.
Oh, ha, ha, ha.
It's more like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, JP does call me a hummingbird, but I just can't sit still that long. But that's okay. The way I like to work, I need to get up and take breaks, move around, do a couple little things, and then get back to work. And I'm very productive.
I'm a lot more productive too because I don't have people bouncing in and out of my cube all day long, and I just ignore Amelia, but she's humming around like a hummingbird.
We actually work really well together.
Yeah, I just get in the zone and I don't even notice. I scared him off. Daisy, more likely, scared him off. It's like I need to go back to my napping. Daisy, do you see that big giant bird? I think Daisy is enamored with the bird.
JP and I are physically healthier now. We take breaks during the day and go for our walks on the beach or walks around town, and I do yoga between my meetings.
Yep, and I do my physical therapy when Amelia yells at me.
Yes, he doesn't do it nearly enough.
Yeah. The other thing is, without the commute, we don't spend 2 hours a day in the car. That means we have more free time to cook at home, so we eat a lot healthier. And we're not tempted to eat the office junk food or stop at home or stop on the way home to get junk food that's fast and easy and convenient. So it's really nice having the extra time to cook healthy food at home.
Yes, it is. I think Daisy's ready to go, JP.
Yeah, I think she's done with her morning commute on the beach. She wants her breakfast.
Yeah.
And speaking of commute, the other nice thing about not having one of those is that you might not need a car. I haven't had a car in years, and I love that freedom of not owning a car. and the expense, the road rage, all of the crazy drivers. It's nice not having that anymore.
Did you have road rage?
Experienced it.
Okay. Another great benefit to working remotely is an improved work-life balance. When I was in Denver, I had a home office, but I had to do a lot of in-person meetings, and sometimes I'd have to start really early for a 7 a.m. coffee, and then end my day with a business networking event or a happy hour. And yeah, that could be a lot of fun, but I really wanted to spend more time doing things that were important to me. JP and I wanted to spend more time together and less time with our coworkers.
Amelia, I think the tide's coming in.
I think you're right, and I think Daisy is ready to go in and eat her breakfast.
Yeah, she is done with her walk.
Yes, she is.
This is just so beautiful this morning. It looks like a Bob Ross painting.
It is amazing. I love the lighting of the way it's reflecting on the waves.
It is, it's really pretty. And there's the happy trees right there, in case you were wondering. Happy trees.
That's so gorgeous.
What is he? Well, flip him over.
I'm not touching him. Here, use my flip flop.
There he goes.
It's a beetle.
It's a big beetle. Daisy will eat you if you don't watch out.
Daisy won't eat him. Ah. He's not that hungry.
I don't know, she's pretty hungry.
She doesn't like to get her paws wet.
Here comes the tide.
She's so cute.
Daisy is not a water dog.
Nope.
Before Daisy drags us home for breakfast, we wanted to share the last thing that we think makes remote working awesome, and that is the freedom.
And the flexibility.
Because we work remotely, we're able to live here in this beautiful beach town in South America, Olón, Ecuador. Before this, we lived in Cuenca, and if we didn't work remotely, we wouldn't be able to do this.
No, we wouldn't, and we want to be even more flexible and live in other places and experience more of a digital nomad lifestyle.
Yeah, digital nomad is something that I've always had on my wish list, and we're kind of doing that now, but just by living in South America, but we're not as nomadic as we would like to be.
We'll get there, but I love the flexibility that I can create my own schedule throughout the day, and I'm really grateful for that. And overall, I'm just a lot less stressed than I used to be.
Yeah, the reduced stress is one of the best parts of being a remote worker.
Yes, I love the freedom.
Hola, gatos. Aren't you guys cute? Look at this rooster, Amelia. Wow. He is really pretty.
Yes, he is.
Hay más galletas. Is that how you say it? Gallinas. Galletas is cookies, I think. Gallo. El gallo. El gallo magnifico. We told you about the good parts of working remotely, and now we're going to tell you about the bad.
Yeah, and the first thing that may be bad for you is that you might miss out on a promotion.
Yes, there was an episode of Friends where Rachel missed out on a promotion because she didn't smoke, so she didn't get that FaceTime with the boss. And the same thing happens when you work remotely.
Yeah, you also may feel left out, so you may miss out on things like office gossip and just more of that face-to-face, the daily interaction, and the little nuances that you get when you're in an office environment every day.
Yeah, when people are popping into your cube or you're in the break room, you miss out on all that. So you do have to spend a little bit more time trying to make that happen virtually.
Exactly. Another bad or a challenge is networking. Networking in person right now may be really difficult, especially due to COVID. Or if you're out of the state, out of the country, then maybe you're not able to meet with the same people you normally would. So what I like to do is stay connected via email. I use webinars. You can do a little video happy hour or coffee and ask your coworkers and your friends to introduce you to other people. It works great.
If you are a self-employed remote worker like I am, one of the biggest challenges is staying motivated. If you don't have a boss telling you when things need to be done and giving you deadlines, you're responsible for doing that all on your own. And sometimes I just don't feel like doing what I know needs to be done. And so motivation is probably one of the biggest challenges of being a remote worker, especially when you're self-employed.
Time management is a challenge for some people, especially when you're working from home and you don't have a boss or coworkers reminding you to start something new. I find that some people haven't started working yet and it's time to go to bed and they realize, oh my gosh, where did my day go? Or they've been so focused on one task that they didn't get the other work done that they needed to get done that day. So time management can definitely be an issue.
I love what they've done with our school.
Yeah, it's coming along very nicely.
I know, it looks beautiful. All these flowers and a new roof.
Yeah, and I love all the color.
Yep, now the kids are ready to learn.
Yes, although they're all learning remotely right now.
Let's go home and eat some lunch, Amelia.
Sounds good to me. I'm hungry.
What are you making us?
I am going to make a stir fry.
Oh, that sounds good.
Lots of yummy veggies.
I love the colors of your stir fries.
Thank you.
We're back home. We got our bread from Entre Mas. Looks very delicious, Amelia.
It does look delicious. I can't wait to have some. But I also can't wait to eat this delicious stir fry I'm making, JP.
Wow.
It's so pretty. I love
Wow.
all the colors.
I love your girasoles.
Oh, I know. Those are gorgeous.
Amelia's sunflowers.
They make me very happy.
When skies are gray.
Yes.
Lunch was muy delicioso, Amelia.
Oh, well, muchas gracias, mi amor.
Con gusto. What do you have going on now?
I have to jump in a meeting, and I have a couple emails to return, and, stuff like that. Cosas así.
Cosas así. It's time for me to publish today's video. It's Thursday, and we're publishing our real cost of moving to Ecuador video. So if you're interested in watching that, I'll put a link above Amelia's head. It's a good video, a lot of detail about what it really costs to move here. It's not free.
No, it is not free to move to Ecuador.
All right, Amelia, let's get to work.
Sounds good.
We ran out of time to finish recording this video the other day, so we're gonna finish it now.
We told you about the good, the bad, and now it's time for the ugly.
And there are a lot of ugly elements of remote working or working from home, and one of them is that you're always at work.
Yes, we work at the dining room table, and we do our Zoom meetings at the dining room table. If we're not at the dining room table, we're out in the backyard, meaning that we're always in our workspace.
Yeah, and we eat there too. So we eat and work at the same place,
Yeah.
which isn't ideal, but we just don't have a better spot to work in our current house. So
Right.
that's where we do everything. And so we're always there, and it's, I don't know, it can get kind of old after a while, and you get kind of tired of being there all the time.
Right, and it's a constant reminder, like, oh, I should do this, I should do this, I forgot to do that, which can be a good thing because you don't forget, but yeah, like JP said, it gets pretty old, which is why we like to take lots of breaks and leave the house.
Yeah, we go for a lot of walks throughout the day just to kind of break things up and get away from work.
Another ugly reality, there can be a lot of distractions.
Yeah, spouse, kids, dog, delivery people, trash truck, lawnmowers, dogs barking, you name it, lots of noises and distractions that can prevent you from being effective.
Yes, that's why some people like to work with their headphones on. I used to see that a lot when I would go into other people's offices, that everybody would be plugged in, which is kind of annoying because then they're so focused that they are not aware that you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have distractions at work too, with people bouncing in and out of your cubes and people calling and stuff, but at home it's just like a different set of distractions. And a lot of people too are often distracted by the television in that they turn it on and then forget to go back to work.
Exactly, exactly. And I've had friends tell me that they didn't think they could work remotely or work from home because those distractions would keep them from doing their jobs. Whether you're self-employed or you have a boss, expectations can be very unrealistic, and your employer or clients, thank you JP, may expect you to be available 24/7, or they may think you work from home, so therefore you have all the time in the world and you aren't doing anything but waiting for their call.
Yeah.
And that is not the case.
Yeah, I have web design clients still back in the States, and they'll message me on Sunday morning or the weekend, late on Friday night. Doesn't really matter what time of the day, night, or week it is. I can get messaged by a client, and they pretty much want me to drop everything and take care of them.
I feel like the same holds true for me as well, is that people are now emailing all the time. I get weird emails in the middle of the night sometimes. There's different time zones to factor in, and I think that it's even worse now than it was before, because with email and texting and everything, people always expect you to be available. And now that everyone's working from home, they're like, oh, well, I could just schedule one meeting after the next with no breaks in between, and that's okay because you're just sitting there in your pajamas, so no big deal. Whether you're at home or not, you need a break between meetings. Yes, and you need to manage expectations.
Another ugly reality of working remotely is that it can be really difficult to take time off, like a true vacation.
Yes, we haven't had one in quite a while because JP always has to check in with his clients.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter where I am. I take my laptop with me, and I've worked from the beach before on vacation and, airports. I mean, I'm basically always at work. And so even when we take vacation, I still work. And now that we have our YouTube channel, we have the philosophy ABF, always be filming. So we film all the time, and I try to answer questions and comments all the time. We get hundreds of messages a day now, And it's hard to keep up with everything. And if I take a day off, then I just have twice as much work to do the next day. So we both pretty much work 7 days a week.
We do, and we love our YouTube channel. We really enjoy staying connected with everybody, and we love filming. But JP, we do need to take some time for ourselves.
Yeah.
It's really important for your mental and physical health.
Another painful aspect of working from home is loneliness. Before I met Amelia, I've worked at home for 15 years out of 25, so I spent a lot of time by myself at home typing on the keyboard, and man, it can get really lonely. It's nice now I have a work buddy. She sits at the dining room table with me, or more realistically, bounces around the dining room table. But it's really nice to have some company.
Yeah, that's a tough one, because I think that's a reality now for so many of us, is that we're all working by ourselves. And that's why I think, again, it's important just to go for a walk and just change the scenery, or pick up the phone and call someone. And
Or video call.
Yes.
With a friend or family member, just to take a break from the loneliness. One of the worst parts of working from home is that it can feel like Groundhog Day.
Oh my gosh, it can be brutal. And the same thing over and over and over again, day after day.
Yeah, sometimes I just get fed up with it, and I tell Amelia, we got to do something different. So when we were in Cuenca, we would go to Baños and for a few hours, and just to break it up, because it feel like you're living the same day over and over.
Yeah, and it was even worse for us during the pandemic, because Ecuador, we were on quarantine lockdown from 2 p.m. to 5 a.m., and we were very limited on the activities that we could do. So
yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah, we haven't been able to travel as much, and sometimes we don't even know what day of the week it is. It'll be Monday, it feels like Thursday, and Sunday it'll feel like Tuesday. We're always confused, and we always have to ask each other, what day is it?
Yes, thank goodness for those things called calendars. If you're thinking of working from home and you need some ideas, we have a video. JP will put a link right here above my head. And we just uploaded captions, subtitles in English and Spanish, so you could turn those on in Spanish and read and listen.
Yeah.
Practice your Espanol.
Doesn't hurt.
I think that's all we have for this video. If you liked it, leave us a thumbs up, please. We hope you have an unconventional day, and we'll see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.